Welcome to a Spectrum Protect Plus how-to video. My name is Seb Barfield. I'm a technical engineer at Silverstream, and today I'm going to be going through how to set up backup policies and utilize them within your Spectrum Protect Plus estate. Primarily, we're looking at virtual machines, but you can use backup policies for various areas in terms of SQL, Exchange, DB2, MongoDB, and again, clicking through these, you can see the different applications that are supported within Spectrum Protect Plus. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into policy overview. So clicking on the expansion here, going underneath manage protection, we'll click on policy overview. I'm just going to minimize that. And then you're presented with the policy overview screen. You get your protection summary, so protection by policy. So here, this is our test environment. So we've already got gold, silver, bronze policies already set up. And you can see we've got some protected. So primarily, if this is a new Spectrum Protect Plus install, all your virtual machines will be sat in and protected at the moment. And obviously, the more you've moved across and protected, then the better backed up and protected your environment is overall. So what we're going to do is scroll down and go to SLA policies down below. And you can see here in the test environment, we've already set some up. What we're going to do is click Add SLA Policy to the right-hand side. Clicking this will then be presented with a policy overview screen. You get your new SLA policy. We need to give it a name. So in here, we'll give it, for instance, we're going to do a gold P1s node. So we're going to do gold underscore P1 underscore VM, and then we'll maybe use underscore 1800. So we're going to run this at 6 o'clock every day. Scrolling down, we're going to look at operational protection. So this is your retention periods. This is how often you want to backup of your virtual machine, how many days you want to retain that information for as well. So here, main policy, we've got retention of 15 days. We could set that to 30 days, for instance. We could also set that to 30 weeks. We could send that to months. We could send that to years if we wanted to. So we can have a look at these different retention settings here. You've got the option to disable scheduling here as well. So if we do create a policy and then we don't want to have it run as a schedule yet, we can tick that button. Frequency. So this is the amount of times this backs up a day. So you could have it from 1 day, you could have it in a certain amount of minutes. So from 5 minutes onwards, you could have it every hour, you could have it once a week, you could have it once a month, depending on what you want to do in your environment. So we're going to set this to run backup once a day. We're going to have it set to the 17th of 6th, so today's date. And we're going to set it to run at 6 o'clock in the evening. This is where you pick your target site. So during the setup of Spectrum Protect Plus, you will have to create target sites of where your data is going to back up to. So these are your virtual machine or vSnaps. Clicking down here, we've got some here. So what we're going to do is select the cloud. So this is our test environment's in the cloud at the moment. So we're going to select that target site. Here, you can also select it. So you might have some virtual vSnap set up with encryption enabled. You might have some not encryption enabled. So here, you will make sure to tick only use the encrypted disk storage on those vSnaps. Replication policy, you can also set up replication to another vSnap, or you could set it to offload to object storage or the cloud as such, or you can archive it off to Spectrum Protect. So what we're going to do is set this up to just replicate. So I'm going to tick backup storage replication here, set it to replicate every day, and we're going to set the replication to run in the morning or after the backups run, possibly in the morning. So we might say our backup window is from 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll then say, let's get this policy replicated at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll set our target site. So we've got a secondary site already set up. Again, you can have multiple sites that are in another data center. It could be in the cloud. And it's just a case of selecting the one that you want as your secondary copy. You do not want to select to replicate to use the same vSnap. You want to be able to, if you're replicating, you want to have a copy of site. And then also here, you can select to have the retention settings either the same, or you could actually change them. So you could potentially say, if you want to keep 30 days on your primary copy, you could select only 15 days on your replica copy, or you could set, say, 15 days on your primary, 30 days, or exactly the same. So it's depending on what you want to do, how much storage. You might have a bit more storage on your replica site. So you might go, okay, we'll just leave that and we'll have more copies are on the replica site. So if we do need to go back further, then we have that available. So we're just going to select same retention and source selection. And then here you've also got additional copies on the SLA page. So you could set it up to look at object storage. Again, set up these. You could have the destination here. You could have cloud services or a repository servers set within here. Or you could set it to replication policy destination as well. And this is where you would set up a target. Further down, you've also got archive object storage to a full copy. And then you could take that, and then you could set up the frequency that actually archives that data across. So it's not a case of Spectrum Protect Plus being purely backup and restore. You could also have it archive to object storage for that long-term retention. So just going to tick these here, and then we're going to click Save on our backup policy. Scrolling down, we'll then see gold underscore P1 underscore VM underscore 1800 here. And you can also see that the retention is replication, same retention as source selection, 1 month. So that is already there. And then what you can do with this policy is then look at assigning it to virtual machines in your environment. So again, what we're going to do is going to expand this window here. We're going to go into hypervisors, and then in our test environment, we have VMware set up. So we're going to click on VMware. And this will just gives us a list of our virtual machines. So we're just going to click into here. And then we're going to scroll down and select our virtual machines. So we're going to go into Silverstream Dev, for example, or SS Dev. So then we're going to go into VMware and select one of our virtual machines. So here we've got DevWin 2016. We can see it's already in SS Dev underscore test SLA policy. What we can do is tick this virtual machine, select the SLA policy, and then we can scroll down and select our new policy. So you can have a virtual machine backup in multiple policies here. So doing this, you could basically have it on a short retention period, but have multiple copies. But you could also have it back up, say once a week if you wanted to, where it'll then keep that copy for a longer period of time. So it's about managing and looking at your expectations and what you want to do with your data and what your company retention policies are and expectations from an application point of view, virtual machine view. You might need to go back a certain amount of days. And then we'll click Save there. And then if we scroll down here, in the SLA policy status, we're just going to refresh this here, and we should see our virtual machine here, or our policy, sorry, with that will show that this will then run at 6 o'clock the next day. So that is how to create a backup policy and assign it to a virtual machine in your Spectrum Protect environment. For more videos, please check out Predator on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.